600 years. For 600 years, no matter how big the community gets, the space remains the same, surrounded by walls and gates. It is the Jewish community that will have absolutely no rights outside of the gate. So they cannot be part of the market, they cannot get involved in the administration of the city, they cannot run their own businesses, neither can they be employed by others. So life within the ghetto keeps getting worse, mainly the hygiene conditions. The only reason why they are here is because no one else wants to live here, this close to the river and constantly flooded, and no sewage or drainage system. Also, a very important part of the reason why the hygiene of the ghetto was miserable was the fact that Jewish people could not bury outside of the ghetto, and within the ghetto there was no space for burial grounds. According to Jewish faith, cremation is not an option. So what happens is that one small garden becomes a massive graveyard, it reaches its average of bodies 12 to 14 on top of each other and right next to each other. Miserable living conditions. While when it came to the religious life, all of it was also within the gate. So on your right hand side, you'll be able to get just a glimpse of the Spanish synagogue in Moorish Arabic architecture. During the ghetto times, there were 9 synagogues, and today there is 6 of them still standing, and you can all visit them. When it came, on the other hand, though, while the Jewish people was limited in space and in very hard living conditions, the community tried to keep a highly educated population. There would be a mandatory schooling system within the ghetto, and when it came to the profession, you'd usually be born in one. Professions were to be inherited from one generation to the other, classically being the one-man professions, because the only thing that Jewish people could do was they could exchange, trade, barter with the outside ghetto. And the most typical of the professions were the goldsmiths, the tailors, the shoemakers, a lot of doctors, bankers, artists, painters, and a lot of music instruments produced by the community. And the end of the ghetto times was only the end of the 18th century. They went on to enjoy the 19th century as the golden age of the European Jewry, but everyone has left the ghetto. We'll speak later on about the 20th century Jewish history when we return back to the Jewish quarter, while here on your left-hand side, it is one of the first founding faculties of Charles University, the law faculty. Charles IV, he is the greatest king of these lands. He was the one to literally give Prague the golden age. It is it's at the time that Prague is going through the golden age, while the rest of the continent is going through the darkest times. This is the time of the devastating disease, the Black Death. Black Death has supposedly half-sized Europeans' population, and the other cities with universities around Europe were Bologna in Italy, Sorbonne in Paris. England had a couple of its own universities by now, and all of them devastated by the Black Plague. While Prague has been spared by the disease mainly because we were way too deep in the continent, we are landlocked, there is no major port anywhere close to the city. The king didn't drive the city in new wars and kept faraway merchants out of the city. That's why we refer to the 14th century as the golden years, while the rest of the continent wasn't having rather the same time. We have left behind us the old town, and the Jewish quarter in front of us is the lesser town or the small town. This part is mainly institutional, but there's a couple of gardens as well. For example, the green park in front of us is Letna Park, and at the top is the beer garden, which has a lovely view of the city from the top. While here up these stairs, there is this red stick that moves back and forth. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe for most of you it will be on the right hand side. That red stick is a giant metronome, and the symbol of the artwork was meant to symbolize the bad times behind us and the good times ahead. And it is that in the exact same place where the metronome is today, that used to be the biggest statue of Stalin ever built. Now, this was no regular statue. This was a statue built by Stalin and for Stalin, because no one else wanted to see the statue. There was a It was a gigantic statue, just a few inches shorter than the statue of Jesus Christ in Rio de Janeiro. It could be seen from every single corner of the city. And the one that did us the favor to destroy that one and all of the other statues of Stalin in the Eastern Bloc, except for one single one in his hometown in Georgia, was Khrushchev. Many do believe that it was Khrushchev the one that poisoned Stalin in the first place, but we will never know what happened, thanks to the European drama. We're about to arrive at stop number 2, which is also stop number 3 of the red line. So in case if you'd like to change here to get to the castle, the monastery, or further in the city, you might want to change here.